Welcome to Star Family Tarot. Your intuition led you here. The theme for this video is, what do you need to know at this time? This is a timeless message, so whenever you find this video, there will be something here for you. And if you found this channel, welcome. You are an old soul and probably a light worker. And before choosing a deck or a crystal that you're drawn to, take a deep breath and ask your spirit guide team to help you choose which message is right for you at this time. They love to help, but you've got to ask. So for pile number 1, we have this Sanctus Concordia deck and this green star. I'm not exactly sure what this crystal is. It was a gift. It's a sweet little star. For pile number 2 is the Radiant Rider-Waite-Smith deck with a rose quartz point. And for pile number 3 is the Muse Tarot with an amethyst heart. Amethyst heart. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video if you need to and take as much time as you need to choose. And you'll find the timestamps in the description box below, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this green star and this Sanctus Concordia deck, then welcome to your reading. So I went ahead and pre-shuffled a card to be the general theme of your reading, and the card that Spirit chose for you is the Empress. And I literally gasped when I pulled this card because it's just so idyllic. She is a goddess. She is the goddess of the deck. She is the essence of abundance because she creates anything she desires from her womb space. She uses the natural world to assist her in coming into resonance with creation energy, to sync with the natural cycles of the elemental world, to let her know when it's time to rest or when it's time to create. She calls you to venture into the natural world as often as possible, into nature, and to observe and reflect on these observations. These observations help her to know how to nurture growth in any arena she chooses, in any being that she chooses, in anything that she wants to amplify. She does so by first observing. This is my first time that I was really feeling into this card in this exact way, so I feel like that's really special. She's astute at observing. So whether that be children or loved ones, and then offering the exact medicine that they need to thrive at exactly the right time. And so how are you nurturing those around you? Even colleagues or employees or clients that you may serve, they would strongly benefit from you stepping into that nurturing energy. She's not run ragged in her service to others, like so many, especially here in the West, so many women are guided to feel like that's the way that we should be. That's the way that we should be operating from. But rather she magnetizes what she needs and she offers that to others. So it's definitely a fertile time for divine feminine creation. Even if you identify as a masculine person, we all have these energies living within both of us, and it's knowing when to play up which side at which time. This could even manifest as literal pregnancy at this time. So without further ado, we're going to pick a few tarot cards about what you need to know at this time. Then we will pick a clarifying oracle card, and then we'll end with a starseed oracle card. So, angels and guides for pile number 1. What do they need to know at this time for their highest good? What do they need to know? Ooh, how did this get in there? What do they need to know at this time for their highest good, please? Okay. We have the Death card right away. This is in your past position, so no need to be fearful. This is in your past position. No need to be fearful of this card in general. We'll jump more into that after we pull the rest of your tarot. You have the 10 of Wands in your current energy. Very interesting. The King of Pentacles in your challenge position. Page of Swords in your advice. And Judgment in your final outcome. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Okay, so jumping right in, there is definitely a lot of information coming through. Let's talk about your past position as the Death card. This is ultimate transformation. This is, I feel like so many times in the West, especially why we fear this card or the imagery of this card is because we don't believe in life after death. But if you start to understand that your soul is absolutely eternal and there is no ending of energy, there is no, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only moves and transforms from one state of being to another. So this is always followed by rebirth, transformation, cutting out his Sith or scythe here. It's always cutting out what doesn't serve you so you can shed what you don't need to carry anymore, what's no longer for you. So this tells me you've been through a massive transformation here recently, which is super exciting because it's something that it seems like the most painful part of the transformational process is behind you. So rest knowing that that's the case. And it just feels like this is an initiation for transformation as well, because whatever is on the other side of this death for your rebirth, it will be something that you're consciously choosing instead of just going along, bumping along like you may have done in the past. So whether this be a major ending in your relationships or in what you do, how you spend your everyday life, whether that be career or something, there is no going back to this old version of self, and we should rejoice and celebrate in that because we're here to evolve and to see how much we can evolve and how much we can expand into this greater version of ourselves. And that means that we can't be operating from an old way of being that no longer serves you. This could even be as simple as, I'm hearing for some of you, something health related, maybe you ate dessert every single night and now you're choosing, okay, I'm gonna treat myself to dessert on Saturdays, and that could be, it could be as simple as that, but it's going to have a major effect in how you're showing up and the energy that you're exuding on a day-to-day basis. So it may But this is a major arcana card. That means it's a major moment in your life for sure. In your current energy, we have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands tells me that, like, you are carrying too much. There are too many things that you're trying to take on yourself. So I like to think of this, I just now came up with this, but I feel like this card tells me that you need to delegate a little bit more. How can you ask for help? How can you reprioritize what it is that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, right? How can you reprioritize and reshuffle what it is that you've put on yourself? Because, for instance, like, I really love the idea of having a morning routine, and I want my morning routine to include working out at the gym, going to yoga, doing ecstatic dance, meditating, journaling, breath work, and doing a cold plunge. Okay, well, that's all well and good, but now it's like that's a 6-hour morning routine. It's no longer. That's one example of how important it is to prioritize what's most important to you at this time. But in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, like, you can see his house in the background for where he's carrying all these wands. So it does mean that you're almost at the end. It does tell me you're at the end of a cycle here. So something may be coming to a close for you in regards to work, in regards to passion, in regards to something like that. It seems like this is a card of burnout. So ask yourself how you can revitalize, how you can call in new passion, new spark of creative life force. How can you light that flame from within? Because this is telling me that you're running on fumes. So really be mindful of that. And maybe have a journaling exercise to ask yourself what you can let go of so you don't feel so weighed down on a daily basis and overwhelmed and burned out. Because then you're not going to have anything to give if you're running on fumes. In your challenge position, we have the King of Pentacles, which is really interesting. I mean, this is like such a glorious deck. Look at how, what is he giving? I mean, he's giving like stability, structure. He's so affluent. He's like a creator of wealth as well for the community. But since this is in your challenge position, that makes me think immediately of how this card in the shadow side can also represent the way things have always been done, the way things like structures and institutions and just like what society expects from you. So this could tell me that the way that you're making money right now is maybe, I don't want to use the word mainstream, but it's like the way that you're making money right now is maybe too ordinary. What's the word I'm looking for? So this tells me that maybe it might behoove you to look into a way of making money and sustainable income for yourself in a way that is out of the box, in a way that is doing something new that not everyone else is doing, or it's not the way that things have always been done. Sometimes when we learn a new skill, we want to do things exactly the way that those that have come before us have always done it, which is I mean, there's definitely value in that, don't get me wrong, especially when you're starting out. But once you're at the, once you have some expertise under your belt, then it's definitely time to start innovating. So this tells me there might be some innovation in the way that you're doing things. Like, how can I create extra streams of revenue even? How can I create... and making sure you're not putting that all on yourself, but having it be a more fun, creative way that's going to spark interest. It's going to spark something inside you. Instead of saying, oh, now I have to add this to my plate, another way to find income. know, like what is lighting you up that you can also add as an additional stream of income. And interestingly, you have the Page of Swords in your advice position. And the Page of Swords is a student, for sure. I'm going to use the term she here because she looks like a she in this deck. But it's new ideas, new perspective, new ways of communicating and getting out of your comfort zone and not being afraid to go out and fail forward. Not being afraid to try something new. She's soaking up everything. So she's an explorer, a student. So trying to find a new perspective and implementing that. A new perspective on how you can reignite the flame from within. This really doesn't seem like it's too much of a love reading. It seems more like it's a career reading to me, because we don't have any cups. So the cups are representing emotions and love. So this feels like it is pertaining to career, the way that you're making money or the way that you're spending your time. Maybe you've been wanting to go back to school. I would say this is a good sign to do that. Or maybe you've been wanting to take a course or a class. This is also a good sign to do that. So it's developing a new perspective and a new way of doing something outside of your comfort zone and the way that things have always been done. So I feel like that's tying in really well. And then if you take the advice given here by the Page of Swords, then your outcome is Judgment, which is such a beautiful energy, especially coming out of the past of the Death card, because it's like ascension in your vibration. It's awakening. It's like unveiling this new way of being. It's entering a new energy, and like it's a beautiful card because it really is a card of awakening, and we're in a ripe time of awakening right now on the planet. So whatever it is that you want to follow that's going to light you up, that's going to reignite that flame within yourself, will ultimately lead you on a path that will lead to an awakening. So yeah, you've released these past versions of self. Excuse me. You've released these past versions of self that no longer serve. You've removed those like a snake shedding its skin, like we were talking about with the Death card. And now you get to release those past versions of self completely because you've developed into someone even more beautiful now. And this card also comes when you can forgive yourself and others and really let that go. So maybe that looks like working on some inner child healing. I'll link a meditation that I did in the description box below. But it's an examination of what it is that you really can let go even more. But this is a higher calling. This is really shifting into a state of oneness, a state of alignment with your higher self. And so how can you connect more with your higher self? Whether that looks like playing up more into a meditation practice or something that gets you really in that energy of your higher self. So this is looking amazing. This is like a huge time for you guys right now. Super exciting. Let's go ahead and pull a clarifier card here about what you need to know at this time for your highest good. For pile number 1, what does pile number 1 need to know at this time for their highest good? This is really interesting. This card says thwarted plans. Sharpen your will and persevere. It will not cause any long-term negative consequences. Disruption, delays, interference. So maybe you are on a certain trajectory and now it's time to pivot. Now it's time to bring in the new. Now it's time to infuse with that innovation that we were talking about, instead of the old ways of doing things, and letting that old version of yourself that was doing things the way that they've always been done, in whatever arena that means for you. The universe is asking you to go down a different path. Persevere, because this interference is for your highest good. This interference is calling for the highest version of you that you could possibly imagine. But right now, you're in that development stage. You're in that stage of in-between worlds. But this portal here that's for you is not the one that you imagined, but it's going to be better than you could have ever imagined. Really love that for you. And so finally, we will end with a Starseed Oracle card for you for what you need to know. If my style of reading resonates with you and you want to dive deeper into your specific situation, I do offer personal readings, and you can find that info in the description box below. And if you did receive any helpful insights or clarity from this reading, please like, share, and subscribe for readings delivered every Friday. So what does pile number 1 need to know at this time for their highest good? Double mission. I pull this card personally all the time. Lightworker, Starseed, serve the world by being you. I'm going to go ahead and read that. Lightworker Starseeds, serve the world by being you. Lightworker Starseeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time's running out and there's something they came to do, create, or contribute. They're here to grow as souls individual mission, and also to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way, collective mission. Their collective mission is often answered through a career calling, like what we were talking about this whole reading, or by devoting their life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as if something's missing or that they're forgetting something important. It's common for lightworker starseeds to feel that they're different. They may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. As such, they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in, or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. If you pull this card, you're being called to remember your collective mission and to step into it even more fully. You're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up, and then lose yourself in the doing, you'll light up the world without even trying. How can you serve the world by being you? I feel like this is so spot on, right? You're meant to call in new codes. You're meant to bring in higher frequency way of doing things. The way that things have always been done are no longer for us. And so it's up to you to step into that higher version of self and get really curious about the ways that you can implement your work in this world. Because we need you. And if you do identify as a light worker, I do actually have an Etsy shop called New Earth Collective, and I do have some light worker shirts in there. I think I'm going to be developing a sweatshirt too, so I'll link that down below as well. But this is a really beautiful energy, a really beautiful time. You guys are so needed. Sending you so much love and light on your journey, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this rose quartz point and this radiant Rider-Waite Smith deck, then this message is for you about what you need to know. And so I went ahead and pre-shuffled this, and the general theme for your reading that Spirit chose is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. He's on a mission to pursue his higher purpose and passions. He's pursuing a goal relentlessly. You could be embodying a version of self that's extremely charismatic, charming and passionate, adventurous and athletic. Or you could be invoking the entrance of a person like this into your life. Could definitely be romantic with the passion of the wands, but be mindful not to let the fire of the attraction burn too brightly or too quickly. It could be fire energy here as well. Overall, this will manifest differently for all of you, but it does indicate rapid changes in your energy. Even travel or a big move could be on the horizon. It tells you that whatever venture, even love, will be more successful than you could imagine. So take action and put your ideas into motion. Make sure that your action is calculated, as the shadow side of this card is hasty, thoughtless action. Your guides are calling on you to embody this confident and sexy character to achieve what your heart is guiding you to accomplish. Be brave and bold with wisdom at your core, and you'll be golden. So, without further ado, we're going to get into your tarot, and then we will pull an oracle card here to clarify and end with the Starseed Oracle. So what does my pile number 2 need to know for their highest good? What do they need to know for their highest good? Angels and guides for pile number 2. What do they need to know for their highest good? The Ace of Cups. Cool. It's in your past position. The Four of Swords in your current position. Okay. The Queen of Wands in your challenge position. The Emperor in your advice. And the Three of Cups in your outcome. Love that. Okay. So in the past position, you have the Ace of Cups, which is a new spark. Could definitely be love. Could also be just something that really expands your heart space, that really has you overflowing in a way that this cup is like this self-filling cup. So what fills you up so then you can go and fill up others, that you can go and serve and do your work. Or that could be a spark of new love, like we were talking about with the Knight of Wands. I think this could be a person. Whether male or female, it doesn't matter. It's just how the snapshot of the current energy here is expressed as masculine. But yeah, this Ace of Cups in your past position, this is what you're moving out of. So how are you nurturing that? This is the potential for emotional fulfillment. This is the potential for ultimate happiness, really. So how are you calling that forth? How are you making sure that that cup is staying full now as you're moving out of this energy? And I'm asking that question especially because in your current energy, we have the Four of Swords, which is absolutely indicative of a much needed rest, a time to really contemplate, meditate, be with yourself, be with your own energy. Maybe you've been spending time with a lot of people, or you've been working really hard on a certain project, or maybe you have a newfound love and you haven't been spending too much time alone. This is really asking you to be with yourself here. Be with yourself and rest and really listen to your body, and making sure that you're taking that time out to fill up your own cup. So with this, I would ultimately ask, like, what activities that you can do in the solitude to rejuvenate your soul, to rejuvenate your emotional well-being. Does that look like meditation? Does that look like time in nature? Does that look like connecting with self through movement, gentle movement, not like HIIT workouts, but rather like, the yoga type of activity? But how are you able to replenish that so you can move forward fully charged? It's going to be really important for you at this time to rest when you feel like you need to. In your challenge position, we have the Queen of Wands, which is interesting. She's my favorite queen. I love the sunflowers here on her throne, and she's gazing towards the sunflower, which is like the full vitality of the sun captured there. Like, that's what she goes after. So because this is in your challenge position, I do feel like embracing the charisma that she has and the determination, embracing the confidence that she exudes. She's confident because she really doesn't care at all what people think. So really embracing that at this time could be what you're needing to move forward with this Knight of Wands energy, to move forward with your mission. So they're asking you to be confident, like whatever it is that you're working on right now, whether that be moving forward with love and passion, whether that be moving forward with a passion project, or your career in general, a new hobby, whatever it is, like be confident in it, and don't give credence to other people's opinions because they really don't have anything to do with what it is that you're pursuing. So this is really interesting that this is in your challenge energy. This also, if you're attracting a new person, this also could be the energy to embody. Nothing that's inauthentic, of course, but rather like the warmth, the nurturing that she exudes, the charisma that she exudes. We all have that within us. So what flavor of that can you bring forward when you're going on a date, or when you're flirting, when you're doing this or that with a new person, or with an existing relationship as well? That could really enhance your current relationship if you're in one. Or if this is talking about career, this could really push the needle forward. It could really push the ball forward for what it is that you're trying to create in the world. To embody what this queen, this fiery queen, harnessing that inner strength and courage. So this is a challenge of believing in yourself, believing in your abilities, knowing that you have all of that within you already. There's nothing more to learn, really, is what this card is saying. And in your advice is the Emperor. The Emperor. So he is like the embodiment of all four of the kings, the King of Wands, Pentacles, Cups, and Swords. He's all of them in one. The masculine fountainhead for projects. He's pure divine masculine energy. So he's creating. So I think the way that I'm reading this right now for you, with the Queen of Wands being in your challenge position, is to move forward with creation energy, to move forward with speed, and to know that that's going to be sanctioned, that the forces are supporting you in this, in whatever project that you're trying to bring forward. Know that you can be the boss in this without any emotional. It's just a matter of fact, like it's a rationale, right? It's a rationale that you can bring forward whatever it is that you're looking to pursue. And you can do it with authority because you are an authority in whatever it is that you're working on. If this is a relationship, then looking at the pros and cons in a rational way as well. Or moving forward, knowing that you have the power to create whatever it is that you're looking to create. But yeah, if this is about a relationship, this also could be like taking control of your life in a profound way. So being really stable, like showing up with stability, being disciplined in your actions. Also in your advice, maybe you've been a little bit too, maybe it's time for you to be a little bit more reserved with your feelings as well. That's not for everyone here, but since it is in the advice position and he's not always forthcoming with his emotions, that might be something to look into as well, to reflect on if that resonates. And in your final outcome, you have the Three of Cups, which is community and friendship, not taking life too seriously, having enough to go around, enough abundance to go around, enough emotional fulfillment to go around, to want to overflow that with others, to share with others. It's like this overflow of life force energy. So it's like the fruits of your emotional labor are now here to be shared. Like the fruits of their emotional labor are here to be shared in this celebration. It's also like a need to express yourself socially with happiness. So I think they're saying here, after a time of rest and recuperation, then you're going to be able to really appreciate those celebratory moments with others even more, because you'll have been rested and you'll have that sweet contrast of being alone and knowing what your own energy feels like, and then also being amongst others and feeling how that is, and knowing when is the time for which. And if this is regarding love, this could be also just like a casual relationship if it's building something new. I wouldn't say that this is like a soulmate relationship yet. I would say it's something that's more casual, so maybe ask yourself if that's something that you're looking for. But if that's not what you're here for, then it's ultimately going to be like, how can you celebrate and expand into your community? How can you express creatively with your community as well? So we're going to go ahead and pull a clarifier here for what my pile number 2 needs to know at this time. What does pile number 2 need to know this time for their highest good? It says, encounter. An unexpected encounter will slowly alter the course of your life. Keep an open mind. Surprise meeting by chance. So I feel like this is in regards to making sure that you're taking the time to rest, making sure that you're taking the time to be in solitude, knowing when to have charisma and confidence in your abilities, and then also how you can be an authority in your life. Ultimately, well, maybe this encounter is this Three of Cups moment at this celebration, at this party, at this gathering. An encounter that could be Love related, absolutely. Could also be just someone who's going to be like the missing piece for what it is that you're trying to bring into this world, like with this Knight of Wands energy, what it is that you're trying to bring forward, a creative project or a career or a career change or something like that. So this encounter will ultimately serve your highest good. Keep an open mind. And when you're feeling called to go out and be with others and be in community, listen to that call when it's in alignment, and then follow those synchronicities, follow those signs, and this encounter will serve your highest good. Exciting. So we're going to end here with a Starseed Oracle card. And if my style of reading resonates with you and you want to dive deeper into your specific situation, I do offer personal readings. So you can find that info in the description box below. This is a new channel, so if you received any insights or clarity from this reading, please like, share, and subscribe for readings delivered to you every Friday. So what does pile number 2 need to know at this time for their highest good? A new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. This is beautiful. I feel like this is talking about a new earth and like a new way of being, a new way of being with community, a new way of bringing something that you're called to bring into the world. Your mission, your higher purpose here, like we're talking about with the Knight of Wands. Let's read this. Don't give up now. You're closer than you think. I know it's hard to hold the frequency of a new age when it feels as if so much is crumbling and so many are losing faith. This is your sign that you're facing the right direction. You have a great gift in being able to see the potential of things before they exist. Tend to the new seeds. Dream them into existence. Don't lose faith now. Keep your focus fixed. Planting new seeds and bringing about a shift of the ages is no mean feat. It requires extreme trust and a radical vision. If you pull this card, it's a reminder to have faith. You chose to be here to be part of this global shift. Whether you're bringing it about through prayer and meditation or through working on a new project, job, or creation, keep going. It's happening. Don't give up now. The world needs more dreamers like you, more people with hope in their hearts. The road ahead may not be plain sailing, ushering in a new age of times of change. Never is. You're being encouraged to remember that what you've been working toward for so long is almost here. Don't question yourself now. Don't waver. Dig your devotion deep, for if you do, it will not, in the not too distant future, you'll be able to sit back and watch all that you've so carefully planted and nurtured grow and bloom. It's possible. Keep focusing on your dreams. You're closer than you think. How can you keep holding the vision? I feel like this is beautiful. Saying that have confidence. You know exactly what it is that you're doing. You know exactly what your mission is. So be this fearless, charismatic knight. Have that energy, that charisma that you know that you can, and it will be cause for celebration. Rest when you can, and look out for new folks coming in to help you on your mission, however that looks like for you. Really exciting times. Wishing you so much love and light on your journey. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you picked this Amethyst Heart in this Muse Tarot deck, then this message is for you. So I went ahead and pre-shuffled a single card here to represent the general theme of your reading. So the card that Spirit chose for you is the Fool. The Fool. Now's the time to fearlessly embark on a new path that requires a leap of faith. You begin the adventure because your heart and soul beckons you forward, not because of what is or isn't promised at the end of the road. The divine craves your unique experience to be added to the Akashic records. To be here on this planet is to experience and take pleasure in the doing of it. This could be a new business venture, a new creative hobby, a new way to move energy through your body, a new subject to learn, a new love. You'll know when you heed the whispers what flavor of adventure is the right one to pursue for you. The universe is conspiring with endless potential and possibilities to create a magical path before you. So now is the time to believe it is so. Follow the synchronicities in your highest excitement, and you can achieve anything with the beauty that is the beginner's mind. Move forward no matter what, because you can always refine as you go. That is the journey of the tarot itself. So that's super exciting. The potential to create anything you want at this time. So we're going to go ahead and pull some tarot. Then we'll pull a clarifier card, oracle card, and we'll end with a card from the Starseed Oracle. So what does pile number 3 need to know at this time for their highest good? One more time. Okay, in your past position, we have the 6 of Voices, which is like the 6 of Swords in the traditional tarot. How cool is this card? I'll definitely link this deck below because 10 out of 10 would recommend. Current energy is Strength. Beautiful. Queen of Inspiration, which is like the Queen of Wands in your challenge position. Pile number 2 had this in their challenge position as well. Very interesting. The Sun is in your advice, which ultimately makes the whole reading super positive. Congratulations there. And the 2 of Inspiration or 2 of Wands in your final outcome. Okay. Cool. So this makes a lot of sense with the Fool as your general theme for this energy of the 6 of Swords or a 6 of Voices in your past position. This is a card of moving on, of starting over, starting fresh, leaving behind what no longer serves you, and not taking anything with you from your life before. The moon is here, which is always like you're following your intuition, you're following your heart, you're moving on to calmer shores. So you could be leaving something that no longer serves you in a way that was toxic. I'm hearing it could be toxic for some of you, like a toxic relationship or a toxic career or something like that. But it also could just be like a way of being, a way of thinking that's no longer serving you, that you're moving out of, you're growing out of, you're evolving out of. So it could look different for all of you, but this is the most positive card in the suit of Voices, or the suit of out of the minor arcana for the suit of Swords. So this is starting fresh and moving on to calmer shores, calmer waters. There's a lot of water energy in this card. So it also, I feel like it has a lot of emotional healing. So a time of emotional healing. So what did you leave behind recently? Let me know in the comments. I'd be very interested to know your story. In your current energy, you have strength, which is beautiful. That means that you're showing up, you're doing the work infinitely. She's holding this infinity sign here. And she's using grace. She's using quiet strength to like tame this beast. Like, she's not using aggression here. She's using the quiet strength of determination, of discipline to show up every day and to work a little bit more towards her dreams and goals and aspirations, towards influencing this creature to behave the way that she wants to. So this card ultimately also reminds me of like, she may or may not have fear of this lion, of this great beast, but she's still going to show up every day with a quiet inner strength, a quiet inner knowing that she can defy all odds, that she can tame the fears inside of her, that she can overcome any of that. So how are you showing up every day with discipline to show yourself that, hey, I may be scared, but I'm going to show up and do this anyway? What are you working towards? And this could be also something new too, since we do have the Fool as your general energy. In the challenge position, you have the Queen of Inspiration or the Queen of Wands. So this tells me that the challenge for you now could be having the courage to start something new, having the courage to be confident in your choice to leave whatever you left behind recently, the confidence to show up every day and keep at it, stay disciplined. So she has this confidence and this charisma because she does not give a flying F what anybody thinks. So how can you move forward knowing so intimately what it is that you're meant to be doing in this world, because you're in touch with your higher guidance, you're in touch with your inner knowing, you're in touch with your intuition, you're in touch with that feminine side that magnetizes what it is that you need, knowing that it's going to show up when you show up every day. When you show up for yourself, then the universe is going to conspire to provide everything that you need. So you're showing yourself and your subconscious that you're worth it. So be confident in that. Be confident in whatever it is that you're trying to pull into this world. Be confident with whatever it is that you're creating or that you're working towards, because this says that you have everything within you to be successful. The challenge is just knowing it, being confident in your ability. And in your advice is the Sun. So this could be, I'm hearing like literally spending more time in the sun, literally soaking up that vitamin D and drawing that into your inner being, in the warmth and the vitality that the sun brings. Even eating more foods that have this like evidence of the sun within them, meaning like green foods that have the energy of the sun still there, like whole foods, fruits and vegetables, things of that nature, that have the essence of the sun within them. How can you bring more sunshine? How can you, maybe it is yet like wearing the color yellow, but also the advice of the sun is just trusting that it is your time to shine, because the sun is shining on you. So how can you remind yourself of that? Sometimes this might be a bit of a slog, showing up every day, again and again with determination, but how can you show yourself that things are working in your favor, that it is a beautiful faded time for yourself right now? How can you remind yourself that your guides, your team, your angels, they have your back? How can you allow them in a little bit more through the warmth and the vitality of the energy of the sun? This also is a time of healing as well. So the advice could be healing, like finding that healing energy that exists in the sun and nurturing yourself with that, your inner being, your inner child. On the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, there's a child. It is like a childlike energy on the card. And I'm hearing maybe it could be beneficial for you to engage with something like an inner child healing meditation. I have one that I'll link down below for you that's free and available if you're feeling called to participate with that. But this is like sheer optimism. So making sure that you're staying optimistic in the day to day and bringing that childlike sense of wonder and play and lightness to whatever it is that you're doing and creating, because that is the energy of the divine in and of itself. And in your final outcome, we have the Two of Inspiration or the Two of Wands. So for this energy, it's really moving out of your comfort zone, seeking new paths. And this makes so much sense with like the Fool as your general energy. The outcome is next, like, okay, I figured out what it is that I'm going to pursue. I figured out what it is that I want to move forward towards. I figured out what I'm like moving. I'm going to step into this new adventure and move towards this one thing that's really calling to me. And this is the next step. Like, where are you going next with that energy? It's looking to express into the world. For where can you manifest next? It's the next step of manifestation. So activating that first in your heart and your thoughts, and then seeking your sights of where best to, what is your next step here? So dare to dream about, because you have the entire, like in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, he's holding a globe. And so he has the whole world in his hands. The realm of possibilities are completely open still at this stage of the game. So dare to dream as big as you can, because you have that strength within you to carry this vision forward, especially when it's in service in some way, shape, or form to others and the well-being of yourself. Then you're going to have hordes of guides and angels conspiring to help you. And believing that it is so, believing that it is your time to shine in the sun. Really positive reading here. And so now we're going to pull a clarifier for what it is that you need to know at this time. Explore options, explore new opportunities, and look into other options that you may not have noticed before. Choices. This is exactly what we were talking about. This might as well just say the same thing. Refocusing your energy. Looking to, like, coming up with fresh ways of doing things. Things that you may not have realized were available to you before. But if you keep showing up every single day, they will show up for you, these new opportunities. They will reveal themselves to you. And making sure that you're spending that time in meditation or however it is that you connect with your higher being, because then it will get easier to follow those hits of intuition. And when you're allowing time to receive those downloads, it can be so much easier than going out and looking for them by yourself if you just allow them to come to you. Love that. So finally, we're going to pull a Starseed Oracle card here. And if my style of reading resonates with you and you want to dive deeper into your specific situation, I do offer personal readings. You can find that info in the description box below. This is a new channel, so if you do receive any helpful insights or clarity from this reading, please like, share, and subscribe for readings every Friday. So what does my pile number 3 need to know at this time for their highest good? Wow, this is the same card for pile number 2. If you felt called to pile number 2, maybe go check that out as well. A new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Okay. And I do have a clothing shop on Etsy called A New Earth Collective. So if you're interested in light worker kind of gear, high vibe designs, then check that out. I'll link it below as well. Don't give up now. You're closer than you think. I know it's hard to hold the frequency of a new age when it feels as if so much is crumbling and so many are losing faith. This is your sign that you're facing the right direction. You have a great gift in being able to see the potential of things before they exist. Tend to the new seeds. Dream them into existence. Don't lose faith now. Keep your focus fixed. Planting new seeds and bringing about a shift of the ages is no mean feat. It requires extreme trust and a radical vision. If you pull this card, it's a reminder to have faith. You chose to be here to be part of this global shift. Whether you're bringing it about through prayer and meditation or through working on a new project, job, or creation, keep going. It's happening. Don't give up now. The world needs more dreamers like you, more people with hope in their hearts. The road ahead may not be plain sailing. Ushering in a new age in times of change never is. You're being encouraged to remember that what you've been working toward for so long is almost here. Don't question yourself now. Don't waver. Dig your devotion deep, for if you do, in the not too distant future, you'll be able to sit back and watch all that you so carefully planted and nurtured grow and bloom. It's possible. Keep focusing on your dreams. You're closer than you think. How can you keep holding the vision? I mean, this is perfectly summarizing your entire reading, from the Fool and this new energy that you're stepping into, to showing up every day for yourself, to being confident in what it is that you want to bring forward into the world, to being a reminder to have that childlike energy and hope and faith, and to look for new ways of doing things, exploring your options. This is all just beautifully summarized with this card, so I will definitely leave it there for you. Wishing you so much love and light on your journey, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.